Everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Letting everyone in, and we're going to start with a big hello to everyone. I can see we've got an amazing audience already, and we're opening the season for the expert talk for this quarter, and we're looking forward to it. I can see a lot of people who I already know, and hopefully I will get. Ask is to please mute yourself. Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Là?
Audio settings here. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering where the sound is coming from. Okay, we should be good. So thank you everyone for being here. And we're going to have a kickoff talk today about a very exciting topic. And one of the most important things for our IL Commission is to talk about everything related to language learning, language coaching, language education in general, but always with that coaching twist. So we're looking forward to having the Q&A at the end. So we want to make it as interactive as possible. In the meantime, I'm managing the waiting room too, and I'm going to ask our speaker to start sharing the slides so that we can start moving on. More and more of you joining, which is fantastic. Okay, and let's just see how we start today. I'm going to start by introducing our speaker, Anna Matura, who has so many different roles. I don't really know where to start from, but anyway, I'm going to start. She is a university language teacher, a teacher trainer, and is also a lecturer in higher education and a consultant, course creator, and therapist. So an all-in-one from this. And she has a lot of experience in neurolinguistics. She's the chair of the TEFL Kuwait Neurolinguistics SIG Special Interest Group. And she's already published in Modern English Teacher magazine. And she loves to share her knowledge in topics related to teacher development, effective communication, language coaching, of course, medical cognition, emotional well-being, mental health. So all of these are related, obviously, with each other. And Anna, I'm just going to pass it on to you and ask you to say a few words about yourself, if you would, because I'm sure it's much better than me just reading a bio. Okay, so over to you, and thank you for being here.
Thank you so much, Gabriella, and thank you so much to everybody there. We have great attendance. I'm talking to you from Cork in Ireland, yes, but we have the international audience here, and I believe that the topic of nonverbal communication is essential for absolutely every educator. If you're a language coach or if you're a novice teacher, if you're trying to adopt and adjust, and of course we're working online and it's the multicultural environment, so all the more that's very important. So here it is. What I do is mainly empowering educators globally. Coaching, number one, mentoring, teaching, yes, as Gabriella mentioned before. I'm a neurolanguage and neurolinguistics and other areas, so it's really therapeutic. Okay, my interest would be, as a coach, definitely cognitive behavioral things, body language, emotional intelligence. So I actually wear many hats, that's true, but today is all about you. I structured the talk to actually find out from you how you want to master and what you want to change or add when it comes to your teaching or coaching practice. I will have a special thing at the end of the talk for you, which is a certificate with accredited CPD points from the UK Standards Office. So that's at the end. Well, I think that can take us to the main point of our session. what is nonverbal communication? First of all, when we coach, we should know where we're starting and where we are. As we come from different backgrounds and we work from different age groups, I believe, it's good to check, right, where your knowledge is. Of course, first of all, we should know it's all about facial expressions, and I believe with micro expressions later on, it's just essential to know that it's not just looking at someone, not just simple behaviors or situations. Now, gestures, and again, talking about different cultures and attitudes, approaches, crucial. Gestures, when we see each other, we'll be talking a lot about hands, for sure, but also the posture, or even touching something, so haptics. Physical movement, absolutely important too, the space and the posture. I like to start every talk when I talk about non-verbals that imagine, first of all, your posture is about your self-esteem and your confidence, okay? So instead of covering your throat and the neck area like this, imagine there is a string and you have a crown on your head and you have to keep it straight. So if you ever forget that, okay, imagine that string. So posture, quite important. When it comes to the angle, what we normally do, and even right now, I want to demonstrate that just directly looking like that, it's not recommended. So sitting at an angle is much better. I know you might be shocked, it's like, but that's what we do. We're on Zoom and we have conferences and webinars like that. However, that comes as very aggressive, okay? That kind of position. But for now, okay, if you want, you can adjust. Now, I use humor a lot too. So guys, okay, and movement, mental breaks, I mentioned earlier, there are different, oh my gosh, areas, okay, that I'm joining and linking that to help you to be key. So, there we go, sorry. Yeah, I welcome questions. However, let me present something and then I'll ask Gabriela to perhaps read the chat, or you can unmute yourselves if that's okay. So body adornment. Okay, how you present yourself. To be honest, any talk starts before you start talking, okay? It's how you present yourself. Now, it's good to know the environment you're in as well, and the smells. I'm talking about, you know, not only just perfume. In fact, okay, I do what I preach. So smells are very important for me. So you want to feel good about yourself, but at the same time, if you're somewhere else, okay, you need to know the environment. Why? Because smell is the strongest. Well, it could be trigger, but definitely it goes directly to your limbic system and the fight response. You may not really focus later on properly, but you'll be very much distracted. So smells are very strong. The tone, timbre, the volume of your voice, again, you need to adjust that. What's important is, and then now deep breathing, those practicing mindfulness perhaps would know that already. It's the vagus nerve. So with deep breathing, everything calms down. Science does not lie. Okay, so remember your crown and your posture. So you're sitting, okay, comfortably, and then you can find your tone and the volume. So you don't want to have the high pitched voice is not good. I won't be even demonstrating that, okay, or not too low. Now, if you can slow down or start speaking faster whenever you want to, that's a good sign. If you cannot, okay, you need to relax yourself. So deep breathing, and you can take control of the space you're in, the environment. That's another thing. Sometimes when I watch other people, and I love it, it could be some interviews as well, or marketing campaigns, it's about passing on the message, and it's not about the audience, but it should be the other way around, right? So you own the space, you're trying to find out who's there and catch the eye contact. Of course, in person presentations or talks are much different. However, some people say, but it's distracting, so many people are looking at me and I'm under time pressure, so I have to quickly say what I want to say. and is distracting about colors and everything. Well, there are some tricks. So let me share them with you. Okay. Now, when it comes to chronemics, it's the time you want to spend consciously on a given slide, on a given sentence, on a given word. So again, you choose that, but it's part of nonverbals. Okay. Colors, definitely. I mean, the psychology of color, again, tells us that it plays a role. I'm visual, and most of the people would be. So if you find it too distracting when you have the crowd in front of you, focus on 1, 2, or 3 people, and just look right there. Okay, not directly into their eyes. It's what I mentioned before, sitting in front of the camera. Okay, that helps. So you're looking right there, not to be too distracted. Colors, again, they are around, but there are other techniques how to block out distractions and triggers. Today we're talking, okay, very quickly, about mastering certain things. Now, body language is so broad, I won't be able to tell you all the tricks and secrets. However, I will ask you first where you are and then where we can go from there, and you can ask questions later. So this is my plan how to help you best I can. On a scale 1 to 10, could you rate your current knowledge of non-verbal communication, please, and use the chat? 8. Brilliant. 6.
Mixed.
6, 4. Okay, 7, 8, 7, 8, 6, around 5. Okay, brilliant. So you see, that's crucial. Where are we starting? It's like coaching. Okay, what goals do you want to achieve? So I can direct you and guide you, but as I mentioned, do ask questions. Do you generally find it hard to communicate your message to others? Both verbally and then non-verbally. No, that's good. But still stay here. You may find out something new. Good. No, no, no. Sometimes my face says it all. Exactly. Not at all. Okay, good. So we have mixed crowd. Happy to help. No, no, no. Heart doesn't. It does seem doesn't depending on how I feel. Very good, because emotions are just number one. It's a starting point. Very good. Depends on who I speak to. Brilliant. Thanks very much. Now, and I just need to articulate my thoughts exactly, because actually, thank you so much for that. Our non-verbals show us what we cannot say. So they are emotions, they are other thoughts, or it's backing up the message that you're already passing on or conveying with your words. So some of the participants would say, oh, it depends on how I feel or the emotions. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, what can help you? Because I promise some help. Self-regulation, self-awareness. And is it always like that? Is it before any kind of public speaking, any session, anything particular? Do you notice any patterns? If not, again, debriefing. And I would try to put myself into that mode. Some power poses or some different posture. I would stand up definitely to calm down my emotions. So you need to self-regulate, definitely. Articulating my thoughts. You may lose the train of thoughts, that's fine, but question, we're talking about non-verbals. So you said what you wanted to say, and then you can't find like words. Is it memory, articulation because of stress, because of the tone of voice, or you getting lost? So there are different things as for stumbling to articulate. How you can express that? First of all, pause and establish silence and patience. Otherwise, it's too fast, okay? Now, you need to name the emotion as well. Is it overwhelming or anything like triggers you, or it's always, guys, there are techniques that will be therapeutic. However, is it about you or is it about someone else? Okay, very important. As a coach, you need to be very much aware of how you're presenting things, how you're stopping, how you're reading. Now, all the messages. Do you know what? I actually have other questions to you. I'll just read one more. It's fine. Okay, very good. So we're starting off at a different level here. Good. Some people find it still hard to communicate their message to others. But question, can you control your body language? In general, can you control it? Like, can you stop now and just change your mood whenever you want to? Or should you? Yes, some are saying, yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes. Yes, generally, yes. And you know what? I'm very happy to hear that. However, I want to encourage you to expose yourself to new situations, uncomfortable situations, okay? Because only then you will see there are tricks. If you smile, it can make you happy, someone is saying. Absolutely. So put a smile on your face, fake it, right? And your body will take it that you are relaxed. Absolutely. That's science too. So my advice, go out there and see how you're reacting, okay? That applies to job interviews or even dating, or absolutely, you have new classes or new groups, you're coaching, you're teaching. So it's not the same situation, right? And taking into consideration the multicultural context as well, we need to be aware, yes, depending on the situation. So let's go further. You hear my words, but I wonder, can you feel my attitude? Now, I want to have a quick look, those who have their cameras on, those are focused, okay. Okay, some of you have cameras on, very good. So what can help as well, guys, yeah, smiles and mirror neurons is technically, if you smile, do you know that's contagious, right? Other people will smile. So you can kind of control the situation up to a point, but know your audience first. Someone says, I react, yeah, differently in a different situation. Indeed. So be aware of your body language, but going further. Does it tell you anything? Is it only about people and students and learners? Okay, so it's really about encoding and then decoding messages. It's like cracking the code in nature as well. So naturally, right? Imagine, okay, because I love metaphors as well. So these are personalities and the first emotion. Okay, they are meeting you and they react like that. How do you feel? All right. Some are excited, could be learners, your coachees there, okay? Excited or, yeah. So do not take things personally. That's number one. But do observe who you're going to deal with and how you can affect their mood, okay? So we have the posture. I will go back to it. We have the dashin or dashin, that's a French word. Dashin, smile with the eyes. It's not just the mouth and the lips open. It's the one on the left is the cat. Okay. Think about the posture as well. If you're making yourself small, almost invisible, slouching, okay, you don't want to be there. Okay. You can be interested, but still kind of neutral. Looking away doesn't mean I'm not interested. You need to see a cluster or a sequence of behaviors. Okay. So some people, again, if you come into the classroom or you have a session, there's a lot going on your mind. So you need to refocus and help your learners to do that as well. So you bring that attention to you. Nonverbals can help. All right. In general, if you see someone looking down, it's the area for emotions, deep emotions. Could be self-talk, could be, well, I'm just adopting myself. I'm in the area of feeling. So looking down, looking away, maybe someone is trying to remember something or reconstructing images. Looking away doesn't mean someone is not looking directly into your eyes. They're lying. while answering, or they might be absent-minded. But again, we learn how to debunk the myths as well. Leaning, posture, like that, listening. Again, it's part of mirroring, and the neurons there react. Oh, you're leaning forward. Oh, I lean forward too. Or you're interested naturally, like a dog, okay, showing ears. While the other way, if you're starting to cover your frontal parts of the body, okay, or again, subconsciously creating a barrier. So that's why we think, on the whole, that crossing your arms is not a good sign, right? Because you're creating that distance. But it's not just one sign. Let's see. Tips, because I like to just recap. I mentioned encoding, decoding. You need to observe people mindfully with the intention of checking, okay, the clues and behaviors. Update your knowledge, okay? Like, you may have heard of Albert Mehrabian, 1960s, and the communication rule about tone of voice, 7%, 38. It's like words, tone of voice next, and then body language. Indeed, however, only if the message you're saying, so the words are not compatible or are not exactly what you're into, what you believe in. So I'm not going to focus much. There are a lot of theories I'll be talking about. Other examples from a secret agent, a former secret agent, Paul Ekman, because it's about emotions. This is my area, and others. So let's go. I mentioned expose yourself to new situations because you need to stay flexible. Ask a friend or a colleague to read your body language. And be brave and bold, yet polite. So just checking with you, please. Can you name 3 things that must occur for communication to happen? For those that said, well, sometimes there are some barriers to communication, what are they? And from your coaching practice. So I'm very practical. I like to talk about real examples and then how to fix that. You can use the chat, please. So what 3 things must occur for communication to happen? It may answer our questions earlier. Sometimes I can pass the message on easily and there's no problem. Sometimes not. Very good. Speaker, receiver, open listening. The speaker is clear. Clear, 3 things. Yeah, do share. I will give the answers. Yes. So absolutely, we need to have the speaker with the intention, clear intention of communicating. Otherwise, it's like, are you listening or are you talking to me? Yes, we need to be sure. So clear, consistent, and concise. So if it's going on and on and on, monotonous, again, you get distracted. You need to be sure. So intention matters a lot. Gesture, action, receiving, response. Yes, very good. Thank you so much. So sending the information with the intention, the receiver, and then you're getting the feedback back. Yeah. So you need to read someone's body language too. One rapport, 2 interest in dialogue, and willing to listen. Absolutely. So everything is about the intention. People will feel the attitude. Otherwise, it's like you're talking to the wall, okay? And you get upset. Well, please mind that. To me, I actually take mental breaks, or I allow my learners to take mental breaks. So that would be the time. So 10, max 20 minutes, okay? Just to let you know, because that's natural for the brain. However, we have 1 hour. So you can adjust your posture, take a deep breath, okay? And micro expressions, crucial. First of all, multitasking is overrated, someone says. Yes, indeed, indeed. We have, I ask my learners, like, how many brains do we have? The younger ones, how many? Of course, 1. Okay, so your brain is focusing on this one thing fully. Otherwise, you're doing, yeah, other things, and you're not focusing consciously. Subconsciously, you're just touching something without the intention, really. Okay, let's say here, to recognize micro expressions, we need to know the 7 universal expressions that you show. You're talking about fear or sadness or surprise, right? Just to be clear that you recognize them, and that's globally. So universal expressions. I already mentioned some, like fear, surprise. Do you know? The other ones, there are 7 that we could recognize in people. And then from there to micro expressions. I wonder, so I guess most people know what it means to be happy, what it looks like, how to react. Yes, sadness, disgust, contempt, fear. So some things naturally, doesn't matter the place or the age group, we would know, but other things are not easily spotted. So, okay, let's see, you already have the slide in front of you. So fear, I actually look not at the big picture. That's quite easy, right? And those who put 7 or 8 in the chat, I think you're quite okay with that. So look at the eyelids, look at the nose, okay? Micro expressions, wrinkle. Look at the jaw, okay? Then I look at the lips. I tell you something, I tell you a secret. So it's always about the eyes and the mouth. In movies, some heroes or villains always had either the eyes closed or like blindfolded or not visible, like a mask, okay? Or it was the mouth, like a criminal. Because if you see both, they are open, wide there, well, it's easier to read you. What's your next move? Plus, if we're talking about mirroring, and I can guess what is your next move, I wouldn't be good for those villains. So just to give you an idea, it's all about eyes, and I always look about lips and the corners. Okay. So the next clue, let's go further. You need to do some further research. Okay. Harrowing forehead, worry lines. Okay. Nostrils, it's gonna be next. So for me, it's eyes, relaxed or not. Squinting. Okay, looking away, what's happening? In fact, again, there is another theory that if you're looking to the right or to the left, you can be constructing or like trying to ask Elena, did you learn that? And they are making that on the spot. They don't know, they are just creating that, okay? No, that's the area for if you're looking like that. So if when you see me, okay, I'll just show my hand. Yeah. So this way, looking up may suggest I'm constructing or I'm remembering, so I'm trying to like, what was the number? What was the name? So the other way, right? Now this area is for sounds. And what I do, coaching or teaching, I actually sometimes go down just at the same level. This is for sounds. Okay. So I don't want to create that power dynamics that I'm too bossy, okay? Because I do know the difference. So lower yourself sometimes to have your eyesight at the same level. Anyway, then you can observe that better. If you're giving some advice or someone is sitting next to you, it's actually much better rather than right in front of them. Okay, if you want to create rapport and give them more time, because naturally we'll be looking at the eyes, and some people, and again we're talking about different cultures, would not really take it as a good sign because they wouldn't be looking at your eyes, so that would be quite strange, right? You need to adapt and adjust. So it's better in the first meeting to let them sit next to you rather than straight in front of you, to just check what is their default position, what they prefer, and what it means for them. Okay, so tension. Okay, jaw is very important. The lips, as I mentioned. And I have a recap for you here as well. Okay, now watch out, because sometimes when you react, it's all about your reaction as well. As a teacher, you may be surprised or shocked. You don't want to do that. You don't want to show what you're thinking, right? Because again, science says that we react better to messages, okay? Or when people can process that without like showing, like poker face, showing it right away. So processing clearly, okay? Thinking about the answer and then responding rather than reacting. Well, you're surprised and you can do, oh, and then I always check, okay, to make sure if there is not any sign of pessimism or that sort of thing. So contempt or if someone is not sure, okay, there is no harmony. So you're looking at one side of the face, one side of the mouth, if something is not right. Insecurity, again, watch out and check your body language, because sometimes you may get perhaps a question or the situation won't be too comfortable for you. So you may naturally do like this or go to your soothing behavior. I explain in a second. So comforting yourself, trying to touch perhaps your hair or cover, as I said, could be the throat. But again, it's not just one situation. So if it happens right after a question that is not comfortable, I have some techniques how to check it just to verify that, oh, it was that thing. This is how I recognize triggers and other things. Anyways, so covering your body. If you appear stoic, which is you can process things, answer clearly, that's much better, right? Than giving the answer really fast. Everything is disorganized or not coordinated. Fidgeting is not a good sign either. So clues. Have the big picture, okay? Check if there's some kind of movement dance. Maybe someone is responding to you as well. I'm actually quite energetic. So if I do anything in person, okay, there's a lot of movement. Okay, but I stop as well and check and verify. Online, slightly different, but I would be very cautious. I would stop there, watch the audience about the reactions, if I can follow, or I should recap. So that would be my timing, I'd say, because timing is also important. It's part of your presentation and non-verbals, okay? Any self-soothing behaviors. What is the person doing with their hands? Okay, I hope that you've noticed that I've been keeping my hands or trying to show you my hands for a reason. I wasn't sitting like that. No, it's good if you can see the elbows or at least, okay, thumbs and fingers clasped, fine, relaxed, good. But you need to change the movement, okay? It can be like this, resting. It's okay if you do it for some time, but if you want to come across as more confident and convincing, okay, you're controlling your body language, you cannot get bored. Okay, do not take two like pauses that are too long, I'd say, okay? 2 or 3 breaks in sequence. So we covered that, soothing behaviors, gestures, but is it, look, I don't have anything in my hands, okay? I don't need that. Some people can use something. It would be the element of self-soothing behaviors because you're touching and grabbing something. Some people, while sitting at the desk, would put their hands on the table. Politicians do that a lot. I love observing that when they meet and, okay, before a question is asked. So how they prepare themselves and the posture. Okay. Thumbs, very important. Please do not hide your thumbs, especially men. Pockets, okay, you're hiding. It's not good. Still, you're trying to cover, okay, certain parts of your body. Can you identify, please, 5 positive verbal messages these 4 coaches are conveying right now? Please use the chat.
Any ideas welcome. Okay, shall I read them? Open, relaxed, confident.
Relaxed. Sorry, Gabriela. Yeah, please. I'm excited. So I started reading.
Okay, so far we've got one. Okay, smiles, some leaning, hi there, slightly raised eyebrows, friendly. Smile, it's welcoming. What else do we have? Giving, offering, welcoming. So we've got these really positive adjectives coming in. Hand gesture, the smile, the chest is out, the head is up, the use of the hands.
Okay, brilliant.
Uh-huh.
And my question is, friendly, welcoming, definitely.
Knowledge.
Would you say confident and convincing as well?
Tilted head. Uh-huh.
Yes. That suggests interest, active listening, like the dog that we had earlier. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Positive connection.
Yeah, so we've got this, yeah, offering something, leaning to the side, maybe not wanting to look threatening. That's interesting observation. Use of hands.
Okay, someone says ambitious as well. Okay, one of those. Very good. We're getting there. So from friendly and welcoming to confident and convincing, because this is what I want to show you, but I had to go through the basics. So, well, what's important too, it's your posture, as I said. I hope you noticed that, okay, for me, it's kind of natural, but it's straight, okay, straight up there, even if you're sitting, okay, and listening right there. Personal space, okay, if you're standing up, that looks like that. I use humor as well, so you can see this little thing. If you're not sure, okay, that's your personal area. Okay. And if someone is like sitting down there, you have an example. Okay, hands on the table. I would say that person is a little bit insecure. Okay, grabbing, soothing behavior started. Not very much convincing. Okay, let's see here. I just decided to explain very quickly, showing just myself. I couldn't find other photos that I could say, okay, what's funny here? I think that mirror neurons are quite funny, okay, because you're basically behaving like the other person, but that creates great harmony, and from harmony, from trust, being very safe. If something feels familiar or you see it as it's like me, okay, the barrier there when it comes to emotions is gone. Okay, so suddenly look at the smile. It's the Dashin smile as well. With my eyes, look at that. Some people say like, you're always so smiley, you're a smiley face and you're so cheerful, because I'm in the moment. Okay, and you can see if I'm not sometimes perhaps very happy, I regulate myself and I do something very quickly to actually put myself in a good mood, because life is too short. Guys, life is too short. Okay, and as a therapist, my mindset is, okay, any conversation, any meeting, I think we're here for a reason in this world, so I can talk to someone. Okay, as long as I have the energy and I can share, I can spread, I can fix something and help someone else, that's good. And there's the transfer of energy as well. Okay, someone mentioned, okay, you smile, someone starts smiling because it's safe, it's good. So I take those opportunities. If there's any challenge, again, for me it's an opportunity to learn something, right? The phenomenon, guys, about body echoing is that, well, we're replicating that. Sounds, as I said, safe, feels safe, looks good. And I'll tell you a little bit more about, okay, mimicking or doing the same. Now, we can predict another move. That's very good. Also, not just for teaching, because, you know, the person is trying to do so, is trying to say, or cannot, or is struggling. I specialize in fixing or overcoming barriers. So for me, it's very important. Like, would they respond? Okay, if I initiate some mirroring, would they respond? Is the connection right? Or so that can help you too. Okay, it's not just about you, but how you read others or how you influence them. So always the context. You may check. Is it the right context? But be careful, okay? Here I have to one serious one, funny situation. Yeah, I'm so excited. Yeah, please tell me more. Okay, yeah. Okay, congruence, guys. What you say, okay, really matters. And the compatibility has to be there. Why? Because backing your words with behavior is powerful. Another theory says if you don't have anything good to say, they say nothing. Okay, words are powerful. Your body will say something, and if you're not happy, and if you say something negative, it will sound really bad. So get ready. Okay, I'm so excited. It's not what you want to say. So relax. Self-awareness. Put yourself in a better mood. Find some good words when you're ready. Okay, start talking, communicating, because we don't want to create that atmosphere. And when you say what you actually want to say, what you mean, you do what you say what you do. Okay, that's integrity. And we feel it. I mentioned the attitude is felt right away. Authenticity, for people who want to sell. Sometimes I say that teaching is like selling a product sometimes, or the service. You're going out there, you need to believe that it's going to work. The technique's going to work. I will show you. We'll see the results, isn't it? It's your passion. You're the expert. You're transferring what you have. In a way, you're helping. With coaching, it's slightly different because you're trying to help the person reach the goal, but at the same time, they come to you as an expert. So you cannot be just, I would say, as a scale at the level 6 or 7. You have to be 9 or 10 all the time. Okay, in a session, in a lesson, we're going there. So authenticity. If you're happy about teaching, about coaching, about mentoring, you can wake up anytime and start doing it. So very, very important. Okay, now let's move on. I mentioned high contact cultures, low contact cultures. The eye contact, so important, but not necessarily that would mean that someone is not looking at you, there's no interest. It can be a sign of respect or humility, and that happens quite a lot in my groups. A recap. So again, I'm cautious about time and I want to show you more things, but the recap right now. To recognize the communication style, it's all about creating comfort or getting rid of something negative. Okay, if you feel your emotions are just bottling up inside, self-regulate. Okay. Be very careful about your face, about your forehead, glabella here. Okay, can reveal a lot more. See what I'm doing right now. So closed fists, not recommended. Open palms. Okay, trust me. Okay, you're building your patience. Okay, you're not rushing, you're not fidgeting, you're creating mindful awareness. So I would stop now and I would look at the audience, okay, and check if they're feeling the same thing, or I should adjust. And I feel confident, okay, in my own body. I feel confident standing in front of you. There is the psychological elements there as well. It's not just about the knowledge, okay? Let me just share something because you're presenting yourself, but you need credibility, okay? You're credible. About confidence, it's about self-esteem, okay? You believe in yourself, you know what you know what you're doing, what you want to achieve, why you're here, what the goals are. You're helping someone. So credibility, confidence, okay, and consistency. Let's go further. I'll give you more clues. You can use silence to verify things or suspension. I do it a lot in class, okay? And then if the atmosphere is tense, whatever, humor. Again, with coaching, you need to know all the techniques, but you need to exude confidence. Power pose, if you need that, you can walk around, okay? I would not recommend sitting down at the table because you're creating a barrier in front of you. So stand up And tell your coachee as well, or your learners, okay, stand up, move around. Tacking down the chin. Nose, remember, wrinkling, not good. Excessive fidgeting, covering your eyes, hiding your throat, neck movement. And self-esteem, it's all about reflecting. So I hope that you will reflect back. So far, so good, you say. But now, okay, hold on. What can I change? How do I normally sit or react? Do I listen actively? Can I improve? Okay, be aware of your tendencies. And of course, with hands, few examples, the steeple one, that position is quite common, quite confident, but you are getting balance right away. That's what this is about, okay? Arms crossed. Again, if it's not for too long, not creating the barrier, it's all right. Clasped means relaxed. And here you're actually getting yourself more I'd say more confidence with that, but change that. Don't cover things. Don't start touching other parts of the body, because that would be soothing behavior. Here we have Joe Navarro. He's an expert, former agent. So I say learn from the best. Amy Cuddy with her TED Talks, like Fake It Till You Make It, is really good. Other TED Talks, quite popular, that I use at university even. So how to speak, that people want to listen to you, but it's links to your body language too. And remember, if you cannot succeed or you're not where you want to be yet, look, even the royal family, please have a look. I found this example for you. Sometimes they cannot hide their real emotions. Look at the lips. Okay, that discomfort there, and look at the chin. Okay, so it's quite interesting, guys, that we can learn, and it doesn't mean that other people are just easy to read or you're easy to read for them. Every person, every situation will teach you something, all right? And you can improve, trust me, always. So traits of confident people, they take up space, they own the space, and they are like on a mission. When you're entering the room, okay, you know why you're there. You need to model confidence for yourself a few times and for others. Be clear, okay? Has to be a concise message and be consistent. So all the time, so someone can predict that. The timing actually is important too. That's part of nonverbals. There are 3 kinds of gestures. Adapters, that's an interesting thing. When you're, again, responding to someone's behavior. Emblems, or you're just showing, reacting, yes, okay, good, go on, moving. Or illustrators, as the name suggests, use them wisely, because your hands are tools. So what you want to do with them. There's no such thing as no message, okay? We're communicating all the time. Here, just finishing off, I have some suggestions for further reading. And we have Joe Navarro here, 2 books, Paul Ekman about emotions, especially for those that want to first learn how to control their reactions, I'd say. It's self-awareness, okay? Improving communication. And if you want to be more charismatic, again, if you're yourself, okay, you can ask someone first, someone you trust, to tell you, okay, that feature is brilliant, or you can emphasize a point, or I laughed at pause you're creating, or your gestures make the message really clear for me. So what is it? And then pick something, okay, you want to repeat and repeat, and you want to be remembered for. You'll be charismatic. So charisma, again, goes next. But you need to know your audience again, and it comes with, I suppose, practice, and you need to feel confident. I feel confident now that I've covered what I wanted to cover. Guys, woo. Thank you so much for your attention. Gabriela, can I ask you to take over?
Yes, absolutely. First of all, thank you very much. It was, as somebody said, extremely informative. There was a lot of information here and now. I'm extremely conscious of my body language and how I look in the screen. So you've achieved your goal, definitely. There are a couple of questions here that I think we could still address, maybe just in 1 minute, if you're okay for that. And then I'll just close the session, okay? So the first one is about managing silence. How do you evaluate creating suspense versus, you know, losing, I think, losing the pace? And what's the quickest way to come? Oh, that's a separate question. Okay, that's so this managing silence.
Okay, so number one is preparation. I know what I want to say. So my message should be clear and short. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I can verify and I wait for the feedback. But definitely, okay, there's a play. I have a plan in my head, what I want to say. So job done. And now suspension. I'm letting others, because at the different pace, that's going to happen at a different time where the message actually, you know, sits there or will be processed. And okay, so communication is about creating that response and comfort and rapport. I'm quite energetic, I know that, and I'm expressive, but some people are not. So this is for me time to adjust as well. Okay.
Okay. And so how do you adjust? For example, I've got that issue sometimes.
Yes.
I'm working with a client and their energy levels and the way that they're communicating is different to mine. So I noticed that whether it's mirroring intuition or whatever, I do adjust the way that I'm communicating to match theirs. So if they're a faster speaker, I'm going to adjust and start speaking faster. If they're a slow speaker, I don't want to frustrate them with, you know, speaking faster than them, so that they have that feeling of wanting to speak faster. And probably, I guess, the same is for nonverbal communication, right?
Brilliant. Yeah. So what I do is distraction. Okay. So the quickest way to change the energy level. Suddenly the brain's like, what's going on? We were talking about it. Is it fast? Is it slow? But again, you're feeling that it's kind of draining, or okay, stop. Start talking about something else. I would take the movement break there, or just change the topic. That's the easiest way. Change the topic. Raise the energy level. I would perhaps say something funny or a joke, or ask a light question, just a relaxing one. Or stop and then start off and ask the person, okay, because sometimes it is good, as I said, to mirror that, or the pace, yeah, slow down. That's okay. However, you must be really careful that it's not monotonous and you're like, okay, and then I would stop. That's it. And in class, if I see it or I have a group, okay, guys, let's not up. Okay, good. So I'm raising my voice as well, like now, but for a second, not to start it. Or I'm going to say, so good. Next, we're going to do this, this, and that. Distraction. Yeah. And you're raising, you're in control.
Yeah, definitely. And that's important to know, that you're in control and that you can do something to counter any kind of, you know, energy mismatch or whatever. Just to move on, the next thing is quickest way to calm yourself when you're nervous or stressed. I guess it would be connected to the body language. Do you have any like a tip just at the top of your head?
Yes, I do. I have a few. Do you want to know my secrets? Okay, so deep breathing, absolutely. But I'm a curious soul, so I'm actually, you know, after reading, I was like, oh, this, and that. So, okay, I know my goal. Okay, I'm like on a mission. So I have some words that I repeat to myself. My motto is be yourself, be unique, dream big. Okay, you know why you're here for. Sometimes with a joke, you can tell someone, "The show time. This is your time. You know why you're here." Okay, creating that atmosphere. Okay, that's not distracting. I'm actually talking to someone, having small talk, chatting, sitting down next to someone. You may see me coming, if that's a presentation, coming to the venue. Okay, making myself more familiar with everything, or I would just sit down. And okay, if you really need that time, okay, you can say, okay, let's take a break. You can have a bottle of water. That's not, we are human beings. Nobody's expecting you to be a robot. Okay. Sometimes it happens if it was too hot in a building, I literally like lost the train of thoughts and I just said, okay, brilliant. So I just finished my sentence. Okay. The distraction, I could feel that it was just too hot there. Took a deep breath. Okay, so you ask a question to the audience, then you stop or you stand up or you change the position for yourself. Definitely. Remember the vagus nerve there. Okay. You cannot be sitting like this because your body is transferring. So stand up. Okay. And go back. You know your presentation. You're an expert. You know what you want to talk about. So start off when you feel ready, what you want to say. You don't need to finish off that sentence and start thinking, what was it? Nobody knows. You know what it is, right? So it's self-regulation, I believe. Reading, yes, but I focus on one thing, one person in the audience. Okay. That sort of thing.
Okay.
Not everything at once. Cognitive overload.
Yeah.
No, not good.
So to have that connection with that one person, that could be a sort of, you know, tip for that sort of thing. Okay. And what about cultural differences? There are a couple of questions relating to that. So is it obviously that's completely different topic, but slightly, you know, overlapping here. How can you scan or decode? Because some cultures are going to have different approaches to their body language, and it might mean actually the opposite to what I read into it.
Okay. So, right. Number one is your knowledge. First, the background knowledge that you would approach someone, but still, you want to create a comfort, right? And you want to feel confident that you're not making any faux pas or, okay, that's not good. I actually have multicultural classes every single day. So what I do, if I talk to someone or I give feedback, I invite them. I say, would you like to sit next to me? Okay, here, just to create, I slow down, create an atmosphere of safety. Okay, I speak slowly. Okay, then I check, like, the contact, eye contact is very important, right? But I smile right away. So you're not threatened. It's okay. I am a teacher. I am a coach. Yes, but sometimes it's the position of authority, or it can be overwhelming that someone is talking and asking for advice. So I check if what they are saying is really what they want to say. So that's why my feedback is quite effective. If they are shaking or if they are not talking, you know, checking, I was like, okay, so is this, or did you want to say that? I do a lot of reframing. I take one word or like body language. And again, sometimes standing up, or we can do it at the board. So it's not like sitting, someone's fidgeting. So standing up, it's really much like changing and adapting all the time. But that's my therapeutic approach. And I could be a different person with one student, let's say, from Japan, and a totally different from France, and a different person talking to someone from Brazil. So it could be chatting and smiles and, you know, a joke. Sometimes it could be just, okay, quite formal. Very good. And that's totally fine. I have a goal. I am there for a reason. I know what I want to achieve. And these are tools. Ask. And just sometimes ask. It's like in a session, you don't want to take over too much. It's for the person. So what makes you comfortable? Or another technique I use, I just tell them that, look, this is me. And I told you today, I'm quite expressive, I'm energetic, and so on. I will use humor if that's okay with you. I will demonstrate something. Is that fine? If not, I would just tone down a little bit and I can be really serious. Okay, but checking with someone, okay? Adapting.
All right, okay. So adapting, checking, and just generally observing what's going on around you and taking a cue from that, which can be helpful. No, right. Okay, okay. So I think we've kind of come to the end. I know that there's still one more question about, you know, raising energy in tired sessions. I don't know. I think that there's more in that, not only with nonverbal communication, but also relating to classroom dynamics. So that would be, I think, a completely different topic. So I'm going to have to leave that question here. And we've come to the
We'll
end.
have another session. Yes, about it. I do a lot, like music, even starting a lesson or a session and play some music, or yeah, other techniques, guys. Yes.
Yeah, definitely. So that's not necessarily in the realm of nonverbal communication. So I'm going to say thank you to Anna. It was a wealth of information. Thank you very much for being here, everyone, for being here, joining us today. And if we can go to the very, very last slide, because you're in control here, right?
Yes, absolutely. Can I just very briefly, you can see scan me feedback form and a certificate. Please do so. And I go to the last slide quickly. So I let people, or you can contact me. You know where to find me, right? There's the email or LinkedIn.
Yes.
Yes.
The slides too. So if anyone wants the slides, if you're okay with it, or at least this slide with the feedback form, then that's absolutely fine. And thank you everyone for being here. Just a little bit of housekeeping here at the end to share all the things that ILCA does. We do these expert talks every month, except for the European summer period where we're on break. And we also offer our annual conference. Next year, it's going to be in Spain in June, so it's going to be a fantastic event. We're still not disclosing the city. It's going to happen in the next 1 or 2 weeks. So we're looking forward to sharing that information with you and the exact date, and hopefully see you all there. What we offer is not only events, we also offer products, courses, a whole lot of expertise in what we do, which is train teachers, educators to become language and communication coaches. And we're looking forward to seeing you at our events. We have 2 courses starting, one on the 20th of November field program, which is our flagship for learning how to become more educated in what coaching can do for the classes that you are offering. And also, if you're ICF certified, then join us in our next sessions where you can deepen your coaching competencies based on the ICF guidelines. And yeah, thank you everyone for being here. Sign up to our newsletter, get in touch with us on LinkedIn, Facebook, email our newsletter. Again, thank you very much everyone for being here. And thank you, Anna, again, for all your wisdom and knowledge about non-verbal, but also I think a lot of verbal communication that was going on here. So thank you very much again.
Gabriela, thank you so much. I want to tell everyone many thanks, and I hope to see you in other webinars. Knowledge is only good when it's shared, so I hope that you will find the tips useful and fill out the form. Please stay in touch. Many thanks, Gabriela, and everyone. Thanks a million. Shall we take a screenshot, Gabriela?
Screenshot, absolutely. So everyone turn on your camera so that we can do a screenshot.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Brilliant.
Yeah, wonderful. Okay. Look into the camera, check your body language. All right. Okay. So turn a bit and then let's just have that. Okay. So if you can turn your camera on so that we have that final shot here. Okay. All right. 3, 2, 1. Hopefully it's fine. Should be good. Yeah, everyone's smiling. Yeah, I love it. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Okay, I'm going to stop the recording now. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Lovely.
Thanks a million, everyone. See you.
Yeah.